Oh, whoops, sorry. Welcome on in. Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? How are you guys doing? That was my other iPad that fell. So sorry about the noise right there in the beginning. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you guys had a good Monday. I mean, it's Monday and it definitely felt like it. But hopefully, you guys had a decent one if you guys were at work or if you were just at home. But if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Tanya and we do talk true crime daily here. So if that's something that you're into, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you appreciate tonight's case coverage, I hope you'll consider liking the video because that really does help and it gets us into the algorithm. So welcome on in, everyone. Let's see who's all here. If you guys want to join our channel membership, I'll put it in the chat throughout the stream tonight. And you guys can join if you'd like. So it looks like we've got everybody here. And if you're watching on the other channel, Unfiltered with Tanya, I just have this stream going just to get people in the door, just to get people kind of, getting a vibe for the channel. We're not really going to do a whole lot of true crime over there, though. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, sweet Melissa. Welcome in, everybody. Truth and Justice, Mary Beth. We'll do this kind of quick. Lenora, we had a long live last night. Oh, it was so long. Hey, Ladybug. We did good. It was like 3 hours or something. Hey, Yankee Kyle. Just dropping in, Doodlebug said. Can you believe Tanya kicked me out of Unfiltered and told me to come over here? Oh, well, I was like, I think you're in the wrong one. And then Brad, we were talking about that a minute ago. Sheriff's accidentally posted a crime scene photo. It's since been deleted. And then they even did another photo. It was in bad taste, in my opinion. And I'll show them to you guys. Hey, Lenora, I don't know if I said your name or not. Hey, Frenchie, welcome in, everybody. Hey, Aries Pure. Always great to see Aries. And I don't have my chat on like this side tonight where I usually do. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. Hey, Otto. Hey, Mary Beth. Welcome in, Linda. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Sergeant. I would say Sergeant George, but Sailor Outlaw George now. Stephanie's here. We got everybody here. Well, we got the whole clan. Look at that. Just coming on in. Okay, it's good to see everybody. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Arwhip. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Say, hey, you missed me. Too many shoes. Oh my gosh, I love that name. Hi, everyone. Finally got alive. I love that name. That used to be me. I still is. Oh, it still is. I own probably 40 pairs of shoes, and I probably wear 2. I wear 2 in the summer, like 2 in the winter. I don't know why I have so many pairs of shoes then, but I do. So we're going to talk about a couple of different cases tonight. If you guys missed last night's stream, it's going to be kind of like last night's stream. We did couple case updates on that one as well. And we're just kind of moving them over to tonight. So if you aren't familiar with any of these cases, let us know in the comments and we will get you up to speed, my friend. So I did do a poll and I asked, who do you want to talk to in the beginning of the live? And you guys said, it looks like you guys said Madelime Soto. And we're going to talk about both of them. So I just wanted to give you guys an option. And it was 65%. I just did a little poll just right in the beginning. Oh, what happened to Kaylee? I missed it. Sorry. Are you doing okay? I didn't see the message. Why am I missing it? Oh, Mary Beth's sick. Oh. Hey, T. Salas. No, I'm not going to show the pics, Arwhip. No, I wouldn't do that to you guys. I would never do that. Like, not crimes, not kids, not people. I ain't into that. You know what I mean? I ain't into that. I didn't see what happened to Kaylee, but I hope everything's okay. I don't know why I can't see it. I'm trying so hard. Well, get a hold of me if you need me. I'm always here. I'm like all the way back up to the top. Okay. Sorry, guys. Anywho, we'll get to the live. So we're going to do Madelime Soto first, which is awesome because that's, you should see my screen right now. It is loaded with tabs. I probably got 20 tabs right now for both of these cases. So we will just going to go through them in order. This one came out today. So we are going to talk about the officer, the sheriff that put out the crime scene photos. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, baby girl. I didn't see it either. Hey, Destiny. Oh, sorry. But I just took the poll down. It was a really quick poll. What was I going to say? Oh, I didn't see them either, but I don't get on Instagram, but thank God I didn't see them. I don't want to see that. What's in my mouth? That's weird. Sorry. It was like something, I think it was like fuzz. That's weird. Okay. So we're going to start off with this here. Let me pull this up here for you guys. Okay. It just is going to give us a rundown of what happened with Madelime Soto, because we have, if you guys are following true crime, we've had so many cases come up so fast that I feel like everybody, including myself, sometimes we're all getting confused. We on the channel, we've covered, I think, like 10, probably more children cases since like the 14th or the 10th of February, something like that. It's been a lot. So we're just going to kind of do like a summary, and then we'll do the articles and stuff. So actually, before we get to that, let me see here. Sorry. Okay. I just wanted to get this image of her. Okay. Sorry, it's taking me forever. I thought I had these. Okay. There we go. I did have them. I just didn't have them in the right spot. Okay. So we're going to talk about Maddie Soto. And here, get me off the screen here. That way you can see. She was 13. She just turned 13. She just had her birthday a few days before. And she just actually had her birthday party the day before. She ended up being unalived. Hey, Ashley, welcome in. Hey, everybody. Madelime Soto, age 13, she disappeared on February 26th after her mother's boyfriend dropped her off at Peace United Methodist Church. The location was a few blocks away from her middle school, which is Hunters Creek. And that's where she was supposed to attend school that day. And now we know later on that she never did. Escala County Sheriff's Office search teams located the body of Madelime Soto in a wooded area. After the discovery of her body, her mother, Jen's boyfriend, 37-year-old Stefan Stearns, was arrested on unrelated charges of assault and possession of Child A material on his phone. He was trying to delete the images off of his phone. He is considered the prime suspect in Madeline's death, and he was the last person to see her alive. So authorities believe that Stefan unalived her in the morning, carried her body in the car, and dumped it. John Mina said during a press conference that authorities have evidence that shows Stefan returning to the complex and Madelime was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time, but did not want to reveal what time the footage was captured. Now, I'm wondering why he went back. Why would you go back to the complex if you already threw the stuff away? Unless you were going back to throw the stuff away. That's the only thing I could think of. You're going back to discard things, but I don't know. Why would you go back to your own place to discard them? That makes no sense to me. Why wouldn't you throw them away somewhere else? Come on, people. Be smarter. I mean, if you're going to do a crime, who throws it right there? No, we don't, Elisa. All of my, okay, sorry. Hey, Deborah. Yes, Deborah. There's actually a case right now like that. Sorry. This is going to be Brian Koberger for a minute. Sorry, another browser opened. I was trying to use this browser. Oh, okay. I just have all the tabs. Okay. Sorry. This is weird. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, guys. This is like my first live, you know? It is. It's like my first live. It's just, there we go. That was very weird. It was like pulling up another web browser. Yes. Actually, we'll talk about that here in just a moment. It was, Sheriff Marcos Lopez is what they're saying. Yeah. And he shared it with the public. I don't know. I mean, how do you do that? It was an Instagram post. You can't. It was a sheriff. Yeah. Sheriff did it. Thank you, Danielle. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So we've got so much stuff to cover. So I'm going to get to it. Madelime Soto, what's next in the Florida teens, investigation? Some words YouTube doesn't like us to say, so I try not to say them as much as I can, 1 week ago, 13-year-old Maddie Soto disappeared, prompting a statewide missing child alert. Officials confirmed her body was later found in Royal Osceola County, just days after she was reported missing. Stephen Stearns, her mother's boyfriend and the prime suspect in Madeline's disappearance, is accused of moving her body in the morning hours of February 26th after killing her in Kissimmee, the Orange County Sheriff said. How do you guys think I hate to ask you guys, but how do you think she passed away? Do you think that it was something where he was doing some sort of act to her and he unalived her? Or do you think he just wanted to unalive her? I don't know why he would want to do that. Maybe she was going to tell. Me too, Otto. I think he did too. I think he did some strangled her or something. I don't want to ask you guys, but I mean, we are a true crime channel and we are all weird in our ways, That's why I always label images on my phone or computer. Yeah, I need to be labeling all these bad boys. I need to be bookmarking mine. I'm not good at bookmarks though. I'm so not tech savvy. My boyfriend is though. So the medical examiner's office will determine her cause of death. That's so sad. Stearns is being held without bond in Osceola County Jail on unrelated charges of battery and possession of child abuse material. As of Monday morning, he has not been charged in Madeline's death, but he has now. Madeline's death is now being investigated as a homicide by the Kissimmee Police Department. And then it says, for insight on what typically happens next in cases such as Madeline's, the former police chief of Orlando, Dave Nutting, a retired detective and law enforcement officer, that's who they spoke with, during an interview at Nutting, he said the homicide investigation will remain ongoing as the Kissimmee Police Department, the lead agency on the case, collects and reviews the evidence. Because remember, it was at another police department. I can't really remember the name, but they had the case at first, but then they realized through video and surveillance and looking at his phone that this crime actually happened in Kissimmee. Well, we know that's where their house is at. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to kind of figure things out. They probably happened at their house. Just like the photos probably happened at the house. Hi, is it ILC? Hey, KB, welcome in, everybody. Hey, LJ, welcome in. It's been a while, it seems like. Hey, Minnie V. It says here, the evidence could include items collected from the scene where Madeline's body was found, along with forensic and video evidence. He's only been charged so far with the crimes related to what was found on his cell phone and in the house. So thankfully, he has no bond. So that gives the detectives some time to work with the prosecutors to make sure that once they do officially charge him with homicide, which I'm quite certain will be coming, that it will be a case that is wrapped up really, really tight. That's the guy there. Oh, wow. Look at her. She's dark.
I'm had to thank you. The investor is in jail with no bond.
She looks like she goes tanning a lot. Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that. Where are we at now? Okay, there we are. Okay, I'll just make sure I read all that. We asked I guess it's Roland, about the interview we did with Madeline's mother, Jen Soto, on February 27th, where Stearns could be seen fidgeting with his hands and cracking his knuckles in the background. That interview, we're going to watch that again tonight. I know you guys have watched this interview more times than you can freaking count. Not on this channel. We've only watched it once, but I know you have. But there's just some things in there I was like, what? And it's different things than other people have been saying. So I thought we would watch it. But I know that it's you guys have probably seen it a million times. Do you think that the police looked at that as well and kind of said, okay, something kind of is not right here? Fox 35 News Danielle Knox asked. I can assure you that the law enforcement agencies that are involved are looking at everything, and nothing has been discounted at this point. And the investigation is ongoing. Everything the law enforcement agency, the lead agency investigating this case, may find to be suspicious or needing further clarification, that will take place. Okay. Overall, several factors will have to come together in order for law enforcement to present what they believe is the conclusion to what led to Madeline's death. That information will eventually be filtered through the state attorney, and the prosecution gets the evidence and determines what next step must be taken. Oh, man. It's just, so many people have failed these kids, I feel like. And the thing is, they all had so many people rooting for them, but they weren't here to see us. You know, we were all rooting for these kids to come back and be okay. It just makes me sad because I feel like they felt like they weren't loved. I mean, if you're wanting to run away, I don't know. Madeline was a student at Hunter Creek Middle School, which is located at Town Loop Boulevard in Orlando. She turned 13 on February 22nd. She had a birthday celebration the day before she disappeared. Officials originally said Madeline was last seen the morning of February 26th after Stearns allegedly dropped her off a few blocks from her school. And I've said this before, I think I said it every live, when they said at first that he dropped her off and they had her on surveillance, I just assumed that she was walking to school. You know, I was like, how did he get her back in the car? But apparently she was in the vehicle and they think she was already deceased when she was in the vehicle. And I don't even want to know how they got that to zoom in or whatever they did to figure that out. It says, days later on March 1st, Orange County Sheriff John Mina announced during a news conference that Madeline was never dropped off at school and was dead before then. Hey, Wiz, welcome in. I have to look over here to see the chat right now. Sorry, guys. What happened to Wiz? I'm missing everything. Your kid got punched on the bus today? Oh, Wiz, how old? I hate bullies. I hate bus bullies. They're the worst because you're stuck right there in that little bus. Well, good thing they have cameras in them now. I'm so sorry. People are so rude. They're like just so mean. Evidence shows Stern discarding items in a dumpster at the Kissimmee apartment complex at 7:45 a.m. on February 26th, which was later recovered and identified as Madeline's backpack and school-issued laptop. There's also video evidence of Stearns returning to his neighborhood with Madeline visible in that vehicle. Mina, however, said the teenager was already dead at that time. Her body was found hours after that news conference. So he drops the stuff off. He discards the items at 7:45. I'm going to assume he had Madeline in the car. And then he left the apartment complex. And then he came back at I think it was 8:19 or something like that. He came back. Why would you ever come back with a dead or an unalive human? What if Jen was home? What if her mom was home or something? I don't know. She got sick or had to come home. Why would you? Yeah. Why was he just driving around with her? That's what I'm wondering. And speaking of the devil, there he is. Stefan Michael Stearns, younger than me, 37. He's about to spend the rest of his life in jail, prison. That sucks to be him. He is in jail for S battery, possession of controlled substance, and then S battery again. And it says custodian. Wouldn't that mean like custodian would mean like a guardian, right? Let's see. A custodian is someone who takes care of something for another person. A custodian assumes physical custody of a child while a guardian can make physical and legal decisions for the child. So is he saying that okay, so he was a custodian. There's a little bit of a difference that the custodian assumes physical custody of the child. So they have the child in their care. So are they saying that he got 2 counts of this? Because so he had the rights to the child that he got the S battery for. I wonder how long him and Jen been together for a minute. I wonder when he was first charged with these. It won't let me click on it. I wish it would. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Because I'm wondering when these charges were for. Because remember, or no, they would have just, there were charges just when they got them out of the phone, weren't they? It was several years though, yeah. Wow. Oh, Mary Beth, I love chatting with you guys too. Custodian parent. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of shocked about that. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, who has a physical placement? Yeah. Guardian parent who gets child support makes decisions. Yeah, that's just, okay, so actually for some reason I thought these were warrant charges, but these are charges based on his phone data. So I would think that these were related to Madelime. I would. Thanks, Olivia. Hit that like button. Yeah, it's free. And it likes you when you do it. If you hit the like button right now, you won't get eaten by a million snakes tonight. There's like little kid things, like those little kid videos that say that. I must watch them if I know. So Osceola sheriff accidentally posts possible crime scene photos on Instagram. If there was ever a bigger dumbass, we've never met him. How do you accidentally post anything? How do you accidentally post a picture to any platform? Unless you have the picture on there and the post button is right there and you don't mean to hit it because you just regretted it. I don't know. Thanks, Rita. Have you seen the Facebook private message between Madelime and mom's boyfriend? I haven't, Otto. I haven't. I don't think so. I've seen so much stuff. I'm blinded. I feel like I don't even know what we talked about, what we haven't. Because we talk about stuff so fast. I feel like here, when news comes out, we pretty much talk about it if it's on our live. Because I feel like when we have a live, we always have news that comes out on our live, usually. So there was a long article on this, and I was like, oh, that's long. So I found a video. Don't get me, WKMG, playing your video. Those little local channels, they like to get you sometimes. So don't get me, please. So Osceola sheriff, he accidentally posted a crime scene photo on Instagram. Well, then there is this lady. I'm not sure if she works for the sheriff's department. She takes a selfie while Stephen Stearns is getting walked out of the jail. And she takes a selfie with him, and then she posts that to her social media with some sort of biblical phrase or something like that. I can't remember. I don't even think it was biblical. I think it was just a quote. But so both pictures have been removed right now, but it's just what? what are y'all doing? Normally the cops are telling us to shut our mouths. Be quiet. Don't do that. Don't do that. But, I guess not. So let's go ahead and see what the Oskalov sheriff did.
People want answers on what is next for the man known as the prime suspect in a 13-year-old girl's murder.
We're working to figure out when he could be facing more charges. Stephen Stearns is the girl's mother's boyfriend. Right now, he's charged with sexual battery and child pornography. Investigators think instead of dropping Madelime Soto off at Hunters Creek Middle School last Monday, he killed her, threw away her backpack, and hid her body. Investigators later found her on Friday. And as Kissimmee police investigate Madelime Soto's murder, there are new questions tonight about social media posts published by a different law enforcement agency.
So over the weekend, employees at the Osceola County Sheriff's Office posted a crime scene photo and a selfie with the prime suspect in Soto's disappearance. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest joins us now. And Mike, you just heard from prosecutors about this.
That's right. I just received a statement from State Attorney Andrew Bain, who will be prosecuting the case. He says, in part, I'm deeply disturbed that the photos were carelessly made public. While I do not believe that these photos will have any evidentiary impact on the case, as of now, they were released in poor taste. Late Friday afternoon, Osceola County Sheriff's deputies discovered the body of 13-year-old Madelime Soto in a wooded area. On the very next morning, on the official Instagram page for Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez, someone posted a photo that appeared to show a close-up view of the crime scene. News 6 has blacked out that image. But the photo caption, which reads, "Great day with our seniors," suggests the posting was unintentional. In a statement issued Saturday afternoon, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office said, quote, "Earlier today, a post was made on social media about a community event for seniors. In the post, an investigative photo was accidentally included."
So was the photo right beside the seniors? Like you have a photo in your phone or on your computer and you got all these senior citizens or whatever, seniors, senior day. And then you got a picture of an unalived child? Because how would you mix that up? How? Other than if you clicked on the wrong picture right beside that picture or something. He'd be crazy over here, the sheriff.
The photo was immediately removed.
Doesn't matter.
We
It was on there.
apologize for any confusion or disturbance this may have caused. As with any investigation, the information obtained is confidential, and any mistaken disclosures will be immediately rectified.
Now, I'm not saying the mom's right in any of this, but if that picture got leaked and somebody took a screenshot of that, which I'm sure somebody probably took a screenshot of that. I don't know if they could have been that quick if it was right off of there, but you know what I mean? I don't know. People are quick. And I pray to God that that doesn't come up on the internet. Yeah, why would he take pictures on his cell phone? Because he's a dumbass, Arwhip. He didn't want to go buy a camera. He probably thought, well, it's so close to him, and he felt comfortable with that.
That could affect the investigation and prosecution of the case, the defense of the case, and it could also affect the potential jury pool.
News 6 legal analyst Stephen Kramer says the photos release may prompt a defense attorney to try getting the trial moved to another location. And he says it could open Sheriff Marcos Lopez up to civil liability.
You've got a grieving family that's suffering, and you may see an argument that this photo, even if it wasn't intentional, the release was negligent. And as a result, you may see a claim for damages and a lawsuit result from that.
The agency has not disclosed whether Sheriff Lopez himself or another staff member posted the Instagram photo. That same morning, Sheriff's Office employee Nerva Rodriguez posted this photo on her personal Facebook page. It shows Rodriguez posing in front of Stefan Stearns, the prime suspect in the teenager's disappearance. The caption reads, "If God's love has been poured out over your life, don't allow evil to keep you away from what he has prepared for you." The post includes the hashtag Nerva Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the executive director of the Sheriff's Office, a civilian position that oversees several departments, including the agency's social media. The photo was removed from Rodriguez's Facebook page after News 6 began asking questions about it. Rodriguez did not respond to my request for comment. A Sheriff's Office spokesperson said it could not answer questions about Rodriguez's Facebook post due to ongoing investigations. Lisa and Matt.
Mike DeForest, thank you.
Okay, they didn't show the woman. Let me stop sharing this. Okay. There was, I don't know if I still have it up. I don't think I do. Like the article. Let me see. See if I can find her. So there was a woman also that posted a picture. And the picture that she posted was a selfie. I wanted to show you guys that. I thought maybe they would show that. I don't know why they wouldn't. Oh, I'm on a thread for Sebastian. Let's see. Okay. Troy, is this with the lady? No, it's not. Okay, I'll find it for us. I'll find it later. I just wanted to show it to you guys. Now I'm like mad that I exited out of it. It was such a long article. I was like, oh, they don't want to hear me talking about this for that long. And of course, I can't find it because I need it. What's this? Okay. I also went through the affidavit and I went ahead and redacted all of the bad stuff. That way you could kind of see what it said. Do you guys remember on the live where I had to do like a summary with a screen up? I couldn't tell you what was on the document because it was like so bad. I got it. No cause of death yet. No hunting touches. I was just looking to see if there was anything new too, really quick, see what was going on. But it looks like the school comes together. Yeah, he waived Stefan Stearns waives appearance following discovery. Yeah, he waived it, I think, twice now. And old Don Stephen McDougal, he likes to go to court naked. So we've got a couple of freaking weirdos on our hands. That's what I'll say. Couple people I don't want to be around. I wouldn't let my kids around them. That's just me. Let me see here. I'm trying to find. Okay, so this is him. We all know that. This was the emergency warrant and it's kind of cut off. Sorry about that. The emergency warrant that they put out for him. I've never seen an emergency warrant before, but it's for calls for like immediate action pretty much. Like they need to like go there and get the person and arrest them right away. They ain't got time to wait for a judge to read a warrant, sign a warrant, and do all that. That's how I took it. And then let me see. Well, I didn't really black out that, but it just says as performance by a child. Okay. I'm just making sure that I didn't, miss anything. Okay. So, I figured we just kind of go through this a little bit and then we will, go on to talk about her mom and her different stories. Oh, I thought I was on the screen. Sorry, guys. I just know how much you love seeing my face. Just kidding. Yeah, Duchess. He's something. McDougal is something else. Just sitting there buck naked in his cell. Guy's like, put your clothes on, man. He's like, I'm cool. He don't care. How did he go to court like that, Tanya? I think they put a blanket on him or something. I think they put a blanket over him. Or yeah, they asked him to put a blanket on. I mean, it was messed up. It was just bad. I mean, I guess he's trying to play the crazy card. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that, but he's not going to be able to. The dude, I believe that he planned this. This is calculated. This was sneaky. He literally lived in a camper, not just a camper, y'all. This was a camper that went on the back of like a truck. It was like a tin can of a trailer or camper. This dude's like 6 foot, 6'2" or something, 202 pounds. He's a big dude. How did he even fit in that thing? It's called like a what's it called? Back on cab, truck cab camper. We looked it up before because I didn't know what the hell it was. Okay. No, that one's not, we know that's not it. Okay. So something like this. I don't know whose truck it would be over. But he was in a tiny, tiny place. That's what it describes in the PCA. We'll read that actually. I think we'll be able to read that on here. Because I had to look it up because I was like, what the heck's a cab, whatever, truck, cab, camper? Can we read it like this? Okay, we can. So it just says up here, this is just some stuff about the officer. But it says digitally appears the affiant Detective Brian Moore, a sworn enforcement officer, to wit, an officer for the Kissimmee Police Department, who makes this affidavit and states under oath that affiant has probable cause to believe that certain laws have been violated in Osceola County, Florida, and that on between, and here these dates, because these dates are incredible. March 20th, 2022. So that's when it probably started. And I wonder how long Jen and him had been together at this point. To December 3rd of the following year of 2023. It's like, I think it was like a year and 10 months or something. It's crazy. I mean, that's just wow. It says it's, S battery, and then possession of materials, S performance by a child. Your affiant Detective Moore is sworn law enforcement officer employed by the Kissimmee Police Department and has been employed by said agency since April 9th, 2018. Your affiant currently investigates crimes in the city of Kissimmee, Florida. Okay, so this is what they're saying happened. On February 26, 2024, at approximately 2,000 hours, 20 hours, was it 2,000 hours or something? Redacted was reported missing by her mother, which we know who Redacted is. But I'll say Redacted. The mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephen Stearns, picked her up from home and dropped her off at Hunters Creek Middle School, 13400 Town Loop Boulevard, Orlando, Florida, on February 26, 2024. The mother then went and picked up Redacted from school at dismissal and learned Redacted never showed up to school. And she says in the interview, well, I thought maybe she took a walk. Well, I thought maybe she went to my mom's, I think she said my mom's business. If you were there to pick her up on time from school, she wouldn't have time to be walking around. What do you mean? What do you mean? When did you go pick her up? I mean, were you late? Were you really there at 4:30? Were you there later? I mean, really. Because she says that in the interview. And then that's when she learned that she never showed up for school. And we are hearing that school doesn't call until like afternoon. And to me, that is insanity. And I feel like there's going to be some stuff changing about that. An interview was conducted with Redacted, Stephen Stearns, who advised he picked Redacted up and dropped her off in front of Peace United Methodist Preschool. Gives the address, which was down the street from the school at 0840 hours. Hunters Creek Middle School begins class at 0930 hours. Wow. A license plate reader captured Stefan's vehicle with Florida tag, driving Redacted. During the interview with Stefan, he provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he had accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone on February 26, 2024, the same day Redacted went missing. Then it's a bunch of Redacted. Let me see here. In order for you to factory reset your phone, you have to go into settings. I don't even know how to do it. So privacy. Nope. See, I don't know how to do it. You would literally have to go to like 3 different screens. And then you have to hit like the factory reset a couple times. I don't have factory reset my own phone. But you get the point. You get the point. Your girl don't know how to work her phone. But he did that on purpose. And I guarantee you it was stored in his cloud. And that's where they found it. Like you could factory reset your phone all day, but I think it's still stored in the cloud. You big dummy. So this is the redacted part. I went through it twice. Wanted to make sure because I wanted to read a couple things in this part, and I want to read them, and you guys can see the words. I feel like if I can see the words, I absorb it better. So I wanted to try to redact this for you. So that's what the gray is. And that's what this is what I had to go around. And those words are extremely graphic in nature. If you guys haven't had a chance to read this, I wouldn't even read it. I mean, I don't like what it says, but we're going to read it anyway. After extensive canvasses of the area and interviews with redacted family and friends, it was unusual for redacted to be dropped off down the street from school and not stay in communication with family and friends. Now, it says here to not stay in communication with family and friends. Like, why? When she's in school? So she talks to you while she's in school? I don't, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't understand that part. And because she leaves her cell phone at home all the time. That's what the mom said. So how could she be doing that all the time? And that's not all the time. It's just the times that she doesn't leave her phone at home. Yeah. So they were together or not together? They were together, I believe. Yeah, everything's back to the cloud. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah, be math. Yeah, that's true. He called her his ex. Well, maybe he did that in a post because he was trying to find another woman. I don't know. You know what I mean? Sneaky Ben. Upon reviewing the contents of Stefan's phone, several images and videos were located which depicted, it's all redacted, as the focal point of the pictures and videos. There were also pictures and videos depicting, it's all redacted. As such, the files depict the redacted part. Your affiant has probable cause to believe Stefan is in possession of material depicting the redacted. It should be noted the redacted had distinct markings on it, which consisted of bright pinkish color skin below the head. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Until approximately a quarter of the length down. Several other pictures capturing this distinct pattern were observed on the phone. That's so gross. These officers had to write this stuff out and look at the pictures and oh my God, I couldn't imagine being those officers that had to write this thing out, I'd be like, I'm taking a vacation. So this is what I really wanted to read to you guys. Further, as your affiant was reviewing the pictures and videos, I was observing several different pieces of clothing to include patterned underwear, shirts, blankets, and sheets. What do you guys think of that? In my mind, I'm thinking he's observing these pieces for a reason, right? So I'm thinking that he sees the pictures and sees this clothing either on Maddie or in that room around him. The underwear, a shirt, blanket, the sheets. Maybe those are her blanket and sheets from her room. And maybe that's her room that the pictures and the videos are done in. Can you imagine? Hey, chicken noodle girl. I can't even imagine what that little girl went through. It's really messed up. She wanted to move to the damn woods. Oh, thank you. What did I put it as? Oh, my Lordy. Thank you. I just noticed that. Let me see. That's so funny. I can't spell. We'll just do it like that. There we go. Let me know if it changed. It should have changed. Sorry. Thank you, Doodlebug. Thank you so much. So what do you guys think about the mom's interviews? I don't know if I like them. I don't think that, I just don't think that she's sincere. That's just me. Let me see what we want to read first. We'll do this first. Okay. So Stefan Stearns waives public appearance again. He don't want to go. He don't want to go to court. He's scared, I guess. You do something like this to a child, you better be ready for court. Miss Persevere. I love that. Oh my Lord. That's a cute name. I love that. Yeah. Liar fake. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't want to go to court because, someone's going to yell at him. That's what it is. Someone's going to tell him he did something wrong. And he's like, I don't even want to hear it. I'm just going to sit in myself. He says, after refusing to cooperate with investigators earlier this week, Stefan Stearns is letting his public defender do the talking for him in Escala County. He might want to pick up more than one public defender for this case. Search efforts quickly turned into Recovery Wednesday as Stearns was in Orange County. This came after deputies found pictures on his phone of him battering a child. Investigators said he tried to delete them Monday by factory resetting his phone. Man, dummy. Channel 9 spoke to Stearns and Soto's mom right before the arrest. He said he gave the middle schooler a ride to the class that Monday morning. Stearns told Channel 9 he didn't have a clue where she could be, but investigators later determined that was a lie. Reminds me of the Maury Show. Stearns was captured on camera throwing her backpack and school laptop into a dumpster Monday morning. Like, why do you throw it in your dumpster? That's just dumb. That's just dumb. Like, that's not smart. That's just not smart. I mean, if you're going to drive her off the property, right? If you're going to take her off the property, take the laptop and the phone and all that off the property with her. You don't have to put it with her, but you didn't know that your apartment complex had cameras or something? Like, I mean, obviously you should know they live in a nice place. They live in a condo. We looked at it last night. Hey, Lorena. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, keep running up. Yeah, rationality is out the window, I feel like. It says, deputies said Soto's body was seen in Stearns' car before he drove away. So this is making it seem like she was in the car at the apartment, maybe. And that's when he threw the stuff away. Maybe when they pulled in, they couldn't see her, but whenever he pulled off, they could. I don't know, but it's terrible. His car was seen driving down Old Hickory Tree Road, it says Toad. That afternoon, the rural part of Escala County is where teams returned Friday for the biggest development in the case, happening around 6 p.m. Kissimmee police are not giving any new updates on the case as they work to build an airtight case before filing charges for homicide. And when that PCA drops, I will be right on to talk about it. What do I know is that our forensic unit and detectives are working tirelessly to collect evidence, conduct follow-ups, investigative leads, and work towards preparing the best case possible for such a sad situation. The main focus is this case, and we will continue to work on every angle and aspect of it. Soto's mom is not being considered a suspect at this time. Well, she should be. I'm sorry I said it. She should be. Like, I don't understand how you would not know something is up with your kid. If you guys are so close, like she says, we're so okay. My mama would have known right away. I just know. I mean, I would have had a look on my face. I would have, you know what I mean? Like, okay, let's say the first time it happened, wouldn't you be like stunned as 11 maybe at the time? You probably wouldn't, want to tell anybody, but you're going to look different. You're going to act different. You just are. You're going to be different after something like that. How did her mom not see the switch? Because you're going to be different. I don't care who you are, 11 years old. Because they said it was like 2 years. So, Hannah Banana said, I don't like that, Mom. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, no. Now, I understand some people don't sob when they get bad news. But think of it, don't think of you like losing a parent or a dog or something like that. Think of it as a child, losing a child. I don't care who you are. You would be a mess. You would not be talking like this. You would not. While someone's cracking their knuckles in the background and you're just answering questions, I would tell him to get his ass out of the room or sit beside me. You're either here to support or you could just go in the other room. but I don't need to hear you coming in, sitting down. Oh, speaking of which, we're going to play that interview because is that a parrot in the background? Or what is that in the background that like makes that noise, a big noise? Because if that's a parrot of some sort, right? What if that parrot can talk and it could say something that happened? Like, I mean, we've heard of that in a case before where a parrot, like I forget what it was called, what kind of parrot, but it said like gun or something. And like it like helped solve the case. It's a parrot. I am too, Bear. That's what I thought. I was listening to it again today. And I was like, what is that damn noise? Because I hate background noise. A bird. I wonder if it's a bird, if it's a parrot. I mean, because they can talk. Like macaws. I believe that macaws can. Wouldn't that be great, Lenora? It's a long shot. I mean, I forget what case this happened in. It was like, I think the husband like shot the wife or something like that. And the bird told. And he hated the bird, I guess. He hated the bird. And the bird told on him. It was just like one of those, it was just like, huh, gotcha moments. I believe it was in, I think it was the second interview she did. We'll watch these though real quick. We'll just kind of skim through them. And I don't know. Now I will say, and this is probably me judging. I'm judging so hardcore when I say this. I'm judging so hardcore. But there's a pan on the stove in the back, like a cooking, like a frying pan. Who was eating? Was he eating? Was he eating like just eating like nothing happened? Because I mean, I wouldn't be able to eat. I mean, you should eat. You should. But I'm just wondering. I mean, I said that's me judging really hardcore. But I wonder if he was acting like that, like nonchalantly. Because in that interview that he does, I just don't, there's no panic in either of them. I mean, he tries to produce something, but it ain't working. It ain't working. But yeah, I'm like, who's over there cooking in the frying pan? But I'm wondering if he's just walking around like nothing happened.
That's what's going on with Maddie.
Let me see if I can speed it up a little.
Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a.
And I know a lot of people were saying the we thing. I don't know. Okay, so like when you're with somebody, you become like a we. Do you know what I mean? But in this case, in this instant, I think I would be saying Stefan took her to school that morning. Not we. I wasn't there. You got a mouse in your pocket, Stefan? I mean, I think in this part of it, I would be saying we. But I understand the we part. Like I say that about me and Vincent a lot. We. Even though, it's usually me causing trouble.
Church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed.
I think she's making excuses for him too.
And walked to school. What we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes.
No, it
and
wasn't.
Then got up and walked towards the school.
Who told you that?
But she never made it.
That's a lie.
That walk.
Nobody told her that her daughter was in the parking lot. No, they didn't. Maybe in the car, unalived in the parking lot. But not. No. Seen her just walking around the parking lot.
And that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that.
Did you say 9 a.m.? What lady?
It's right next to she never made it to school after that. And that was around 9 a.m. when she got up.
9 a.m. when she got up? What? She got up that late? Why would she be getting up at that late for school?
Never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last time.
What's going on? What's happening here? My internet's great. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I'll refresh the page because it's been a while since I've had this page up.
Jen, go ahead and
The school for a few minutes.
We were like a minute.
But after school, as well.
Wait, we're like a minute there.
I went to pick her up after school.
Sorry, let me blow that up for you guys.
And she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's.
Why didn't she? Okay,
office,
hold
which
on a
is pretty
second.
close
Why
to the
didn't she
school
call
as well.
Stefan? So right there, she says, I drove around thinking maybe she took a walk. Why would she take a walk if you were supposed to pick her up at school? When I walked out of school, my mom was in the parking lot. She just was sitting there. If I had to wait, she would like let me know. She would call the school and say, hey, let Tanya know, because back then there was no cell phones. Let Tanya know I'll be, a little bit late. Or she would get a hold of my brother, have him come get me. But
drove around and I
Wanna
did,
go
it was
back a
pretty
little
close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers.
Yeah,
They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point
That's
is
what I
when I called
said.
911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from like any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before, and she's not the type to want to do
What do you
this.
mean?
She
On her cell phone, it said, when I turn 13, I want to leave and go stay in the woods and live in the woods. What do you mean she's never said she was going to run away? Because right then and there, to me, honey, you're wrong. She has mentioned that. You guys know that now.
did accidentally leave her phone on Monday,
She had her phone.
which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have like met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone, and she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages, nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken
Right behind
because
you.
this is not like her at all to just
Not even
disappear and
looking
not
at her.
tell us, not let us know where she's going or who she's with.
Not even looking.
Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? What happens now? Especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
Oh, sorry. I have it on
So
1.5.
as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school, behind the school. There's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent.
Well, we all know that's not going to work.
They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of
No,
vehicles,
and
but
she
they're
does.
going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers.
So the people, the volunteers and investigators are out on the trails looking for her daughter while she's sitting at home getting pictures sent to her through text. Does this belong to your daughter? What? Am I the only one that thinks that's like something wrong? And also, you're going to hear them say, and this is in the second video, I believe. She says, it might be this one. I think it's the second one where she says, my daughter doesn't even know how to get home, pretty much. She's 13. What do you mean she don't know how to get home? But I was getting somewhere with that. Oh, if she didn't know how to get home, why is the mom staying at home? Why stay there if she doesn't know where she lives? If she doesn't know where she lives, why stay at the house? Put a note on the door and say, call my cell phone if you come home or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out looking for you. Apparently they had some food with salt in it too. I'm very observant.
So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her.
That right there, I've never heard a mom say that. I've always heard a mom say, like, she's going to come back to me. I've got faith. I love her. Good faith.
I want her to be okay. I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed.
And I'm sorry, but her crying right there reminds me of when I was a kid and I wanted to get something and I fake cried. You know how you do that high pitched voice and your eyes get real small and you act like you're crying? But mommy, I used to fake cry all the time when I was little. Shoot. My brother was 9 years older than me. I'm getting him in so much trouble too. But I would be like, he did it.
I just want her back. Whatever that means. I just want her back.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she, just being, a teenager, was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts.
I heard mom wasn't at the birthday party. Did you guys hear that? I heard mom wasn't even at the birthday party. Now, why not? Why not? Why not? Why are you not? Why did you not schedule it on another day? Her birthday wasn't even on that day. Her birthday was like 3 days before. So why didn't you have the birthday party that day? Or do it on, if you had it on Saturday, have it on Sunday, vice versa. Yeah, but Paula, she could have done it a different day. That's what my mom and dad would have done my birthday party on a different day. My birthday, like her birthday wasn't even on that specific day, that Sunday. So why didn't she move it to the Saturday? It was Sunday. Why didn't she move it to Saturday or Friday night, Saturday? I mean, people have a slumber party. What? Off for the weekend. That's what I heard. Mom wasn't at the memorial they held for her at the crime or the scene of the crime. I heard that. Now I can almost like understand that because, I don't know if I would want to see where my child was unalived, but you do want to get the word out there and you want to tell people thanks for looking.
She's just a happy girl and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
But she's spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
she just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's gone. The last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you going to go out there and search or look, or are you sticking by the phone? Are you, what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety. And once upon a time
Was this her Kinsiena? I'm probably saying that wrong, but Kinsiena? Because that's why I asked what ethnicity her mom was. I thought maybe Latina, Hispanic. I wasn't sure. But I know that they have like quinceañeras when they're 13, I believe. So maybe she had, party with her mom, party with dad. I don't know. Oh, is it 15, Duchess? Okay, thank you. It's 15. Okay, I thought it was 13. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I didn't look it up or anything. I thought it was 13. See, y'all will be there for me. I love that. Yeah. Leilani's on. I know. Oh my gosh. She looks like her too, kind of.
We had her what's the word?
Brained, maybe?
Reevaluated.
Okay.
We had her reevaluated
Listen to this part.
a few months ago, actually. And they told us, no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did
I have autistic traits. I have ADHD and autistic traits. I'm not running away, not going nowhere.
have ADHD, some autistic traits.
I do
but not
forget my
autism.
phone.
So I'm not sure where to leave with that because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't. And I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess, because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's pretty great. So I'm not sure.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was it a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle
No, it
School.
wasn't.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay,
But they didn't show it to any of us.
got it. Okay, Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
Wow. Yeah, I don't believe it. I ain't buying it. So autistic tendencies, right? With people with ADHD. I looked it up. I love looking things up on Google. Oh, who's
JC
talking over me?
Figueredo and his family.
He'll be talking over me. Oh, man, try to have a conversation here. How rude. It says, what are the traits of autistic people with ADHD? Difficulty settling down. That's me. Social awkwardness. That's me. Only focusing only on things of interest to them. That's me. And impulsivity. That's me. I mean, those aren't bad. They're not like, those are livable. You can live with those. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need your medication. I mean, for ADHD, if you don't have your medication, it feels like your brain just has all of these thoughts in it and it feels heavy. To me, that's how I get. But it's not something that I have to like necessarily be on. Do you know what I mean? Like something to be on. I haven't seen those messages. We're going to have to go over those on our next live over this. Someone will have to send me those. Ashley, me too. They say I do anyway. That's everybody. Yeah. And yeah, like that's most women anyway. Like the difficulty settling down, you know, my thing of focus is like, okay, like today, guys, your girl's getting some gray hairs, right? So instead of me going to the salon and like, you know, just getting my hair done, I was like plucking them out, and then I kept finding them and I couldn't stop. It was like, and I know that's my ADHD. I just know it is. But that's how it works. So let me go over to Twitter, because you know Twitter be blowing up sometimes. So let me see if there's anything over here on Twitter that's new about Maddie. This might be, no, that's not. Long Crime came out with something, it looks like. Just wondering how it. Oh, okay. Not seeing anything that's new. Like I was just on this a minute ago. Maddie Soto's aunt says today has been difficult for them, and the news of Stefan Stearns being named prime suspect in the 13-year-old's disappearance is devastating. JLR said red flags with the mother. Jen Soto claims we took Maddie to school, but then says it was her boyfriend, Stefan Stearns, who dropped her off near the school. Yeah, she doesn't know really I don't think she knows what she's wanting to say. I think that interview was very, she waited, she was listening to the questions and she was waiting to give her answer. She was thinking before she was speaking, you know what I mean? Which is good to do that, but when you're in that position, you don't have no control over yourself, I feel like. I mean, that's just me. I don't have kids, like I said. But if my dog was even lost or someone unalived my dog, I couldn't even imagine. You know, like I would be, if my dog was missing, I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to y'all. I'd be out there looking for her. That's my dog. Couldn't imagine a kid. Shamhoxiaba the Hut. Okay, I don't think I read that right. Mom is 100% guilty. Can't change my mind. Can't tell me nothing. Pull out the gray hair. 20 more will reappear. I know. I feel like that's what it is. They're just like right back here. I can't see them. Vincent didn't tell me. Well, he plucks them out with his hands, but just a few. Man, I hate to get my hair colored. Enough about me. Let's talk about Audrii Cunningham. There's some stuff in this case that I was going to bring up with you guys. Audrey's Cunningham's father and the family released a statement. This was a few days ago, and it's ridiculous. It's just, that's what it is. It's ridiculous. Steve. My niece is like 27, 28, and she's not completely gray. She has like gray highlights. It looks so good in her hair, though. She's like, I'm letting it all come in. I'm like, so my story is, before we get into this, I'll tell you real quick. The last time I dyed my hair was with my dad because he wanted to do his hair. He was Metro before Metro was a thing. And that was like 16, 17 years ago. And so I don't know. I just didn't want to do it without him. It just didn't feel the same. So I haven't got my hair colored. And my sister-in-law is a beautician. So it's free, pretty much. Just got to go down there, which I'll never make it down there. So let's go over Audrii Cunningham. I'm just going to, there's like something on my eye. Sorry. Oh, wow. I'm doing new eye jobs. So sorry, guys. It was just like a little watery. And if you guys don't know, I have a prosthetic eye. So sometimes I just have to turn off my camera and fix things. But I'm getting ready to get it cleaned, and that's so exciting because then it won't be bothering me as much. It's been a long time, been a year. And in May, I get a new one. Audrii Cunningham went missing in February. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure that's how I started off talking about Madelime Soto. Yeah, Madelime Soto, 13, disappeared on February 26th. Too many kids. And they're big, they're big cases. And then we got Elijah Vu. We got Sebastian Rogers. Roger. If you haven't seen that video, I have it on my page, and I have a short video as well. He's a little boy with autism, and he's lost. So, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot, and we try to cover them on here. So, the Texas Department of Public Safety first issued a statewide Amber Alert for 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham on Thursday, April 15th, day after Valentine's. She had last been seen at 7 a.m. in the 100 block of Lakeside Drive near Lake Livingston, about 80 miles north of Houston. She was reported missing at 5:30 p.m. after she didn't come home from school. Sound familiar? I'm going to do, I think, I usually do like a lot of like presentations for you guys. I'll usually do like one a night, but I haven't been doing them the last few nights. But I think I'm going to do like the similarities in the two cases, just for my own personal, I just want to know. I have platinum streaks since I was born, and people think it's gray. You're like, they're not gray. They're just platinum. I just go with it. I get bright blonde highlights. Oh, and some darker lights, and embrace the gray. I bet you look good like that. I think I'm going to get highlights maybe. I don't know. I don't want to dye my hair. I love my hair. Sorry, we're talking about my hair. We should be talking about Audrii. Look at Audrey's hair. She had beautiful hair too. And it's very sad that, you know what is really sad too? There's not a lot of pictures of Audrey out there. Like, I have yet to see a lot of pictures of this little girl. They're all the same. Normally moms take a lot of pictures. I feel like they do anyway. Let me know if you're a mom and if you take a lot of pictures in the chat. So pretty much law enforcement said later that day, Audrey did not make it to the bus that morning and was never in school that day. Now, what happened there, with the school officials in this case? Did they call? The alert said she was last seen wearing a black hoodie with white lettering, black pants, black tennis shoes, and a camouflage backpack. That was before. Authorities initially searched for Audrey near the lake and started interviewing several people of interest in her disappearance. And then they did switch the backpack to the Hello Kitty one. Polk County Crime Stoppers are offered a $7,000 reward for information on her whereabouts, and I believe that's actually up from there. I think it's like 15,000 or something. Let's see. I have no cops ever check my computer search history. They'll be like, "What?" $10,000 now for any information leading to the arrest and prosecution of those responsible. Wow. Well, maybe I should call in and say, I know who did it. Don Stephen McDougal. There's Princess McElsa. Welcome in, sweetie. It's so good to see you. It's been forever. It's been forever. I haven't seen you in forever. I've really missed you. Thank you for coming in. So it says here, local law enforcement said Saturday, February 17th, that they arrested Don Stephen McDougal. He didn't even make it 2 days. He didn't even make it 2 days out on the outside. I mean, like, these guys are not making it very far. You know, they're not very smart. I think they're both about the same amount of time. A person of interest in Audrey's disappearance on a suspicion of an unrelated aggravated assault. So they arrested him on something different. Okay. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said McDougal was a friend of Audrey's father who lived in a trailer, but it's not a trailer, behind their home, and he was the last person to see Audrey alive. McDougal told authorities that sometimes he would take Audrey to the bus stop or to school if she missed the bus. But he would not tell police if he had dropped her off at the bus stop that morning in question. Police had said initially that they identified a dark blue 2003 Chevrolet Suburban as a vehicle of interest in the case. The truck turned out to belong to McDougal. He doesn't have a Suburban. He had a, what did McDougal have? What kind of car? Maybe it is. Maybe that is a, because it's green. I guess I can see it, but I can't see it. I really can't. I can see it. I can see the color of it. Oh, it is a Chevy. Okay, so 2003. Okay. I couldn't remember for sure or not, and I didn't want to give you guys misinformation, so I wanted to look it up really fast. Yeah, it's an old Suburban. Yeah, I remember like it was like older and it was green or something, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Thank you guys. And then it says here, the truck turned out to belong to McDougal, and this is the sheriff here, Byron Lyons. And I like this sheriff. I like his little puffy jackets he wears. He wore a black one the first press conference, and then he wore this little cream colored number. He's got style. I mean, look, I love the cowboy hats. You can't help it. Police continue to search for Audrey over the weekend and into Monday. While the Amber Alert said Audrey was carrying a camouflage backpack, the sheriff's office clarified Monday it was actually a bright red Hello Kitty backpack. They came to this conclusion after authorities found a small backpack that was likely Audrey's near the Lake Livingston Dam, 5 miles from her family's home. I think they say, I can't remember this exact statistic, but I think it's like 20 miles from your home, they usually find you. Oh, yeah, his outfit is awesome. I love it too. From her famous home. Okay. Oh, I guess that was all. Oh, no, here it is. Okay. Authorities said Tuesday that they have found Audrey's body in the Trinity River after lowering the water level in their search. Now, I wonder whose idea that was, because that's a smart idea. I mean, you know, why have the water level so high if you're trying to find somebody, you know? The search was also aided by information from McDougal's cell phone records, as well as surveillance footage and information from McDougal himself. There's cameras everywhere, people. Authorities plan to draft an arrest warrant for McDougal, who Polk County District Attorney Shelley Bush Sitton said would likely be charged with capital M in Audrey's death. And he is. He is still in jail under the unrelated aggravated assault charge. Audrey's cause of death won't be known until the completion of a forensic autopsy. They are going to do work. A lot of work on her. I mean, she was in the water. They're going to have to figure out if she went in, you know, breathing, or if she didn't. My humble opinion, I hope she didn't go in breathing. I hope she didn't feel anything. Wow. Says now he's charged. So McDougal is now charged. So he's charged with capital M in Audrey's death. He has a decades-long criminal history in counties across the region and had been identified as a person of interest in the girl's disappearance for several days. Now, where was he staying at when all this shit was going on? Was he still at the camper? He's a prime suspect in your granddaughter and your daughter's unaliving or, disappearance and unaliving. Do you think they allowed him to still stay on the property? Because I would be like, you better run before I get my shotgun. I was just reading the chat. Sorry about that. Yeah. He was arrested for a separate charge in connection. Audrii died of homicidal violence, according to Harris County Medical Examiner released Thursday. She also suffered blunt head trauma. And we're going to go over that a little bit here. Now, this is Don Stephen McDougal. If you ever want to look him up, make sure you put Don in the beginning because a whole lot doesn't pull up with Stephen. But he is in jail right now for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, $500,000 bond, and capital M of a person equaled more than 10 years of age, less than 15 years of age. Oh, Marianne, they have him in protective custody. I don't know, Elisa, but the Sebastian case is really getting to me because I haven't heard his parents come out and talk. I don't like that. That gets me feeling some type of way. Unless you guys have heard them. I haven't. So we've read over this. This is just the arrest warrant for Stephen McDougal. It says here, that Detective Kayla Hemperly, who after being by me duly sworn, deposes that Don Stephen McDougal, who is here in the style defendant on and about February 15th, 2024, and before the making and filing of this complaint, County of Polk and State of Texas did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of an individual, namely Audrii Danielle Cunningham, 10 years of age or older, but not younger than 15 years of age, by unknown means. Now, I wonder if they'll find that out. I don't know if they'll be able to figure that out. Here, let me blow it up for you guys. That was really small. Why would we do that to ourselves? The affiant being identified herein as Detective Kayla Hemperly, employed with the Polk County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division. The affiant Detective Hemperly has over 6 years experience in the field of law enforcement. Good to know. Affiant shall show. So she got proof that on the morning of February 15th, 2024, Polk County Sheriff's Office detectives' investigation has revealed that said defendant, Don Stephen McDougal, along with the child victim, left the home of the child victim located at 231 Lakeside Drive in the Lake Livingston Village subdivision in Livingston, Polk County, Texas. That was long. McDougal and the child victim left in McDougal's 2003 Chevy Suburban with the intent to drop the child victim off at the school bus stop near the entrance of the subdivision. Now, I'm wondering here, when did he decide that he was going to do this? Did he decide the night before, a few nights before, weeks, months before? Or did he just decide, did something happen that morning, to get this whole thing started? I mean, I don't know. Maybe she said she was going to tell. Maybe he was doing something. Me too, Ashley. Like a fit of rage, yeah. I mean, this guy is... Let me see here. Let me get you... We got to look at, his picture. Because he's just got the best of them. This one is my favorite. Oh, let me see if I can blow it up. Well, that's not a very good picture. Let me see. Okay. This one's my favorite. Beer in hand. Looks like my dad's blue jeans on. Dad tennis shoes. 1989 Chevy. and a Bud Light. And don't forget about the racial tattoos, because we can't forget about those. That's what makes him even more handsome, you know. Why would you let a guy? I mean, I'm not trying to say like, you know, I'm not trying to be like judgmental on someone's appearance, but yeah, I am kind of. If somebody had tattoos on their body like that, there's no way in this world I would let them near my child. Just wouldn't. Well, I would get up out of bed and take her myself to school. Why would I trust him to get her there? I wouldn't trust him to do anything. It's crazy. So it says it was discovered the child victim was not at the bus stop when the Livingston ISD bus arrived at the location and discovered that the child did not make it to Creekside Elementary that day. Affiant shall show that on February 20th, 2024, the body of 11-year-old child victim Audrey Danielle Cunningham was located during a search of the Trinity River. Law enforcement dive teams located the child victim's body within the Trinity River near State Highway 59 South at the Polk-San Jacinto County line. San Jacinto County Justice of the Peace C. McGee ordered the child's victim body to be transported to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office for autopsy and determine the cause of death. At the Polk County. So I'm wondering if they just have a better medical examiner's office. I'm assuming that's why they took her. They moved her. Baby girl, I think so too. Maybe, yeah. Stephen was dealing with the grandma. I feel that. Man, that drink got really warm. Sorry. I was just going to drink really quick. Yeah, and he was going to blame it. I mean, he was going to blame this on her mother. I mean, even if her mom wasn't there and, you know, that's a whole other story. That's a whole other can of worms, you know. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine him trying to set me up for this. She was smart. I will give her that. She didn't cave when he was like, you know, I'll bring her to you. We can meet up. Like, she didn't even pretend to cave. Oh, Dana, I didn't even see that you became a new member. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome aboard. I usually have my iPad here, so it's over here tonight. You think I'd be able to see it because that's my good eye. Yeah, there's a lot of road history with him. Yeah. Now I'm wondering, I don't think he would give it to her. She probably wouldn't get into it. You know what I mean? She's older, but I just want to know what happened that day. There's something that switched. There was a light bulb that switched and he was like, I'm going to take her out. I'm going to take out my best buddy's daughter. Where can you even get that? Good night, Marianne. Like, where can you get that in your mind? Affiant shall show that on February 20th, 2024, the body of 11-year-old child victim Audrey Danielle. Oh, sorry, I wrote about that. The affiant shall show that Don Stephen McDougal was a friend of the Cunningham family and resided on the family's property in a cab over camper. That's what it's called. And I'll show you that again. Cab over. Now, I don't know whose cab this was on. You need a truck, really. I mean, you know, to have one, but I guess you could probably make it work without, I don't know, without one. Some of these are really small. Just trying to find one that's like something that you guys will like recognize. Okay. I don't want to save it. Oops. Sorry. I'm trying to find this little image for you. Okay. This is what the cab over camper looks like. So I guess that's why he couldn't take her there. I mean, it's in the backyard and he didn't really have room for her. But do you guys remember when this case was going on and we didn't know where he lived? We didn't know where he lived. We thought he lived in a trailer in the back. And I said, what if this is one of those cases where it's like Charlotte Cena and we get her back? And maybe just maybe she's in a camper somewhere locked up, but she can get food and water. And then we come to find out the dude lives in a camper. It's weird. Yeah, Terry Dean, that's what I thought. You could take it off the truck and just store it in the yard. They are small, yeah. I mean, if I was van lifing it up, you'd have to give me something bigger than this even. You know, that's pretty big. Or that's pretty small. The affidavit shall show that video footage and cell phone data places McDougal at 3 locations of interest. Evidence in connection with the defendant and the child victim was located at 2 of those locations and recovered. One of these locations is the Trinity River near State Highway 59 South, where Audrey's body was later located. Affidavit shall show, sorry, I can't read that because my microphone. Throughout the investigation, investigators were able to determine through cell phone data, video footage, and other forensic evidence, McDougal lied about his whereabouts and activities on the day of February 15th, 2024. Your phone tells everything, y'all. I mean, it tells everything. Oh, I forgot to play the one with, I meant to play the interview with the Maddie's stepfather, and I didn't play that one, so we'll play that maybe last or something if we have time. Because I'm going to play this Nancy Grace episode for you guys. Just going to exit out some of these windows really quick because it's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you guys all for being here, and thank you for being patient while I close out these windows. I appreciate that. So that is the arrest warrant affidavit for Don Stephen McDougal for capital felony M. Person of a 10 years or older and not older than 15. Older than 10, younger than 15. I am in a discussion group. Let me see. I have it up for both for Madeline, and I'm trying to join one for Audrey. I thought I was already in one, but I'm not. So maybe we'll go through this sometime. And I think I'm actually in a I think I'm in like a group chat or something too. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I didn't even remember doing that. The laundries. Oh, yeah, they did have some sort of camper. They might have Doodlebug. I remember it, but I kind of don't. Oh, wait, I'm in Audrey's now. Okay. It's a private group, so you had to like ask. Okay. So I be in it. So let me see if there's anything on here. There's nothing though. So let me see. Oh, okay, so this is the Nancy Grace episode I'm going to play for you guys here. So Nancy did an interview as well with Audrey Cunningham's mother. And they talk about McDougal. And it says here, the man accused of Audrey Cunningham's killing Audrey Cunningham has his first court appearance in the nude. He was in the nude too. I thought I had that up. Oh yeah, here. Should be right here.
Raymond wearing nothing more than a blanket wrapped around his waist.
Watch him.
We got Steve McDougal, Don McDougal.
Look at these guys. These officers are like shit.
Get them out to get a rain.
As Polk County Sheriff's deputies opened the cell door, they were clearly shocked that Don McDougal, charged with the brutal murder of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham, had taken off all his clothes.
Come on.
I would not want to see that.
JP wants to talk to you. Where's your clothes?
Where's your clothes?
I ain't got no clothes. Well, put your smock on for that. Well, come on out here. Well, no, man. You come on, man. Don't disrespect me like that. All right, well, wrap up in that. Wrap up in the blanket. Come on. Come on.
McDougal, seemingly wearing a smirk on his face, walks over to the justice of the peace to hear the charges against him.
His mama must be proud.
Not make any statement at all, and know that any statement that you make can and will be used against you at trial in court.
Read the right.
Advised you prior to or during the questioning.
McDougal is currently facing an aggravated assault charge in addition to the capital murder charge in the killing of little Audrey. This arraignment, though, is only for the capital murder charge.
You have the right to terminate any interview at any time, and you have the right to examine your trial if you're accused of a felony. Do you understand your rights, Mr. McDougal?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want a court-appointed attorney, or you're going to hire your own?
Nope.
Which one?
I'll get an attorney.
You're going to hire your own?
Yep.
Okay. All right, all I need you to do is sign right here for me. Your charge is capital murder, and it's a no bond.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good enough.
So yeah, he was in the nude. In the nude. I remember like I've had like traffic, offenses before, and I've had to go like into court or whatever. My mama used to tell me, if you're going to court or if you're going to the hospital, and y'all mentioned church, I forgot about that one. You better be dressed to the nines. You better take a shower, wash your butt, get nice clothes on, make sure your socks are clean, because that you never know what's going to happen at the doctor or one of those places. My mom's always like, you just make sure you're clean and you look nice. He, on the other hand, I guess he's just going to go all natural. So this is going to upset you guys. I forgot I had this to share. My friend Brooks over at Crime Lines and Lies, she does great work. She actually got this this little centennial alert for us to look at. So get ready to get pissed off, because apparently Audrey's dad is not innocent in all this, although he thinks he is. And he wouldn't live up in jail or in prison. Bet you that, because he's a little guy. Not saying little guys can't be strong, because Vincent's littler and he's strong. He's the strongest guy I know. Centennial sources close to the matter are reporting that this is allegedly, after prompting by a concerned student and her mother at the Livingston ISD, they did initiate a CPS review of Audrey's home life. So what this is saying so far is that a student and her mother, which I'm assuming the student went home and told her mother what she saw and what she heard. And then the mother was like, okay, we're going to the school. So they initiated CPS review of Audrey's home life. Now they should have been there checking out her house, checking out, all that, talking to her. Probably didn't. Those sources state that Josh Cunningham went to the school right after the CPS interview and forbid them from ever letting a counselor speak with Audrey again. Why, bro? That's what counselors are for. So your daughter's having a bad day at school, don't talk to the counselor. Your daughter's getting bullied at school, don't you dare talk to the counselor. What's he trying to hide where his daughter can't talk to the counselor? Why? You know what I mean? Liz, I don't know who else he hangs out with. Probably just Don, Stephen McDougal. They had their little friendship bracelets on in that one picture. It looked like they were going to Taylor Swift concert or something. You know what I mean? It's a red flag. Here, I got my flag. It's so handy. There's so many red flags in these cases. I should just keep this in my hand all the time. We have sought confirmation from Livingston ISD via open records to determine if Cunningham did take that revealing action. There is no way he was not aware of what's going on. There were so many failures that we have to hope the info is true and that the school did reach out and initiate an investigation. Reports that are written, please, by Audrey were dismissed by the counselor are troubling to hear. Okay, let me reread that. Reports that written pleas by Audrey were dismissed by the counselor are troubling to hear. So was she reaching out in a way? I mean, how else do you do it when you're 11? Nonchalantly almost? I don't know. It's really sad. Where did it? Let me get Nancy up here. Apparently I switched her. So she did this interview a few days ago. It's been about a week. I think I'll actually do the version with just her talking to her mom. So I'm going to play just the version of Audrey's mom talking to Nancy. But if you want the full episode, you can, it's on YouTube. I don't think she's working for Fox Nation anymore. I don't know why. I mean, why not? But I think she might be working for Law and Crime. I don't know. It's very weird. I'm trying to track her down. But I mean, well, she's behind me, but And if you haven't seen the sign, we got the sign up. I don't know if you guys noticed. The sign wasn't up for 3 months because I switched studios. And so now it's up. I feel like so much better about it. I feel like I'm a pro again, but I'm not at all. So Nancy already has a disgusted look on her face. Love that for us. The green shirt with her eyes, chef's kiss, Nancy. You look great. If you guys don't mind just taking a second, hit the like button if you do appreciate the content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do talk true crime daily here. All day. all the time. Oh, and also, let me get this out before I forget. Okay, so I'm trying to think of a place for everyone to congregate. Like if you want to talk about just whatever y'all want to talk about. Because I know you guys want to talk to each other like sometimes when, that's not alive. So I thought about doing for the members, it would have to be under members, like a members only live for like an hour or two, a couple of days a week. And I will just put a video on the screen, like a cute little video, and you guys can come in the chat and just hang out and chit chat with each other. And I can be in the chat too. But I thought we could try that out. Maybe that would work, because I know you guys want to talk to each other, maybe during the day. You never know. So we'll play Nancy here and we'll see what she has to say. I wonder how she's going to act Audrey's mom. Because she'll give people a hard time. She don't give a fudge.
I want you to meet
Make sure the
Cassie
settings okay.
Matthews. Miss Matthews, thank you.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is going to be kind of
We've
quiet.
heard a lot from Audrey's grandparents with whom
It's a little low, but I think it's Nancy. I think her volume is a little lower, so she's maybe not so loud.
this sweet little girl was living with
And
a
Nancy
child sex
cares about
offender in the
kids.
backyard. We've heard
She
a
really
lot from
does.
them. But I knew it all about suffering, about grieving, about mourning. After my fiance was murdered, when I gave birth to the twins, I found out I don't know anything. And Miss Matthews, I can't tell you how much we've been praying for you, how sorry we
She
are. And I
looks
know that means
incredibly
nothing.
sad. Okay, now that, to me, even though I've said some stuff, you know what I mean? And I believe some stuff, she looks like she's hurting in her eyes, truly hurting.
I almost hate to even say it, but I want you to know our whole staff
And look at
thinking
Nancy.
about you and praying. And I want to thank you for being with us right now.
Yes, ma'am. I want to do everything that I can for my baby.
Everyone joining me
Oh,
is
that's a
Cassie
cute picture.
Matthews. This is
Look at that
little
baby
Audrey
girl.
Cunningham's mother, Audrey, 11 years old when she was killed. Audrey, when I look at her, Miss Cassie, is just so full of joy and life. I'm looking at a picture of her now with a little white t-shirt on with the blue sundress over it. And now she's got on a little black t-shirt and looks like a little pocketbook strapped over her shoulder. She's just so precious and looks so well taken care of. How in the hay do you believe this happened, Miss
She
Matthews?
wasn't being taken care of.
I don't understand how it happened at all. I don't understand how they put so much effort into keeping her from me, but they couldn't put the same effort into knowing the people that they had around her.
Plus you.
Miss Matthews.
But she knew, right? That's the only thing I don't get. That's the only part I don't get. Like, if she knew he was, like that, right? Why didn't she reach out to CPS? Why didn't she reach out to the police? Why didn't she call the police and go over there? Those are the questions I have. That's just me. Maybe she was, I don't know, scared or something. I don't know. But I don't know. If I knew that my child or any child was in a home where there was a person that's, he incited, what was it, inciting a girl. Like, he's done this before. This ain't like his first rodeo. I would never let him around my child. There's no way.
Happened.
If I had to stand at the door every day or at the end of the driveway because I couldn't be at the door.
How did you find that out? Or did you know that before you found out that she had been killed?
So it was Thursday evening. I'm going to say it was like 7:00. Tabitha herself had gone and contacted or went to the home of my fiance's mother and was asking her if she knew where we were, if we were there, and had said Audrey was missing. Now his mother instantly calls him, of course, and she makes her get on the phone with me, and she's
On the phone?
telling me that she's missing and asking me if I had seen her. And of course, no, I haven't seen her. I honestly wanted to ask her if it was a sick joke, but I didn't. And I'm used to a lot of crazy things from that family. So when she said no, she's missing.
So, Cassie, you said that the paternal grandmother, Tabitha, went knocking at your fiance's mom's door looking for Audrey. Did they call you immediately?
Of course, my fiance's mom called him instantly, and she told him that I needed to be on the phone ASAP, and then she put Tabitha on the phone and made her
Tabitha.
talk to me.
So I mean, I know dudes in jail like dad is or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. That just sounds like it should be a personal thing. Like you shouldn't be calling your fiance's mom. Why didn't she call her? Does she not have a cell phone? Why would you call the grandma? Or she's not even really technically the grandma. It's her fiance's mother. Like, why wouldn't you reach directly out to Cassie and say, do you have our daughter? Did you take her? Do you have her? That's the first person I call. If you're a parent, if you're the mom or the dad and your child is missing, you probably would call the other person, you know. And don't do it like Madelime Kojikari's mom and stepdad did, where they just talked back and forth like, did you take her? No, did you take her? Or Lori Vallow, who just doesn't tell you where her kid is at all. We've got a couple like that.
Why didn't she want?
I feel
would
bad for
think
this
she would
mother,
have
though. I
called you
do.
First, had they been blocking you seeing Audrey?
I just think she should have made a couple of decisions
haven't had
better.
any type of contact. I had the last bit of contact that I had with Josh, where I was once again begging to see my daughter in any way that made him or her comfortable. Whatever I needed to do, I had to do that through my fiance's messenger.
So the grandma shows up at your fiance's mom's place looking for Audrey. Then your fiance's mom has her call you. And what did she say?
She tells me that she's missing. She didn't make it home off the bus. Asked me if I had seen her, which that's a crazy question because
You're
you
like,
haven't
oh, no, I
allowed me to
can't.
see her in so long. And after
Did they ask McDougal? He was the last person with her.
that, I had
Probably
told
not.
her about how Stephen had messaged me strangely out of the blue the night before, and that I would share the messages with her. And then I asked her where Stephen was, and she went from a
Are you
hysterical
referring to the
state.
defendant, the murder defendant, Don Stephen McDougal, age 42? Is that who you're referring to?
Yes, that's who I'm referring to.
When they asked where's Audrey, what did you say?
I, of course, told them I haven't seen her. And in my mind, I wanted to snap and tell her, of course, I haven't seen her. You and your son haven't let me see my daughter in how long now? But I didn't because I instantly wanted to know where my daughter was. That was the thing that took over. I
Now,
waited
you
on
also
officers.
asked the grandma, where is Stephen? And we know
Yes,
that to
I
be
did.
Stephen McDougal.
I had told her about
Why?
him messaging me. I had told her about him messaging me out of the blue the night before, and told her that he had said to me that he was going to take her to school that morning. And I asked her where he was and had she seen him. And she went from hysterical to stuttering. I gotta go.
You
What?
told me. You told me
Look at that
earlier
picture.
she went from calm to hysterical.
No. She went from hysterical to stuttering, and she had to go.
What?
Oh, as soon as she realized that Stephen McDougal had been with
Yes.
Audrey, she had to go and hung up the phone.
it was her stuttering the word she didn't have anything
Hey,
else to say
Siggy.
other than I gotta go. Now in the
Welcome in. Good
911
evening.
call, you can clearly hear him in the background.
Look at that picture of him. That looks like a completely different person. He looks like he's never seen a ray of sunshine in his whole life.
We are speaking
His
with
eyebrows are
Cassie
even blonde.
Matthews. This is Audrey Cunningham's mother. What happened after that? After she hangs up, what do you do?
I'm about to melt down. I hit my knees. I prayed. My fiance is sitting there trying to comfort me, but I didn't even want him to touch me. I didn't understand what was going on. I'm pacing a rut in my house, just wondering where she could be, where I could look, what I could do.
Well, okay, right there. Right there. She's pacing around her house. She doesn't know what to do. She has all that anxiety, all that, she wants to go out there and look, right? We didn't see the same in Madeline's case, did we, with her mom? She was sitting her butt at home, waiting on Madeline to come home to a house she said she doesn't even know how to get to. Make that make sense.
When officers
Cooking on the
showed
stove
up,
in the
they
frying
asked if
pan.
they could search my home. And of course, I asked them if I needed to step outside, whatever made them more comfortable. But I wanted them to go ahead and, get that done and start looking for my baby. Now, I tried to ask a couple questions and they just kind of looked at each other after they searched and were like, okay, it's all clear. Let's move on. And then left. Nobody really answered any questions for me for a long time.
What was the next thing that happened in your world?
Well, the next thing that happened was I am being advised that it would probably be best, advised, but not advised, which makes no sense to me, but that is what has been said, that I should stay put in my own home. And then shortly after that, my fiance, and the roommate that we have at the time, we're getting picked up by the sheriff's office and investigators. We go and we spend, I think it was almost 16 hours up there. Now the entire time I'm being asked 20 million questions that I'm able to answer with no problem. They keep trying to say to me, I feel like there's something you're not telling us. I feel like there's something you're not telling us. Well, finally, I
Okay, hold
snapped
on.
for a second.
Who took you where?
The sheriff's department, and they had a few of the investigators with them. They took us up to the Polk County Sheriff's Department.
So you were there, your fiance was there, and your roommate was there, and they were peppering you with questions really about where's Audrey? When have you last seen her? Did you take her? Did you hide her? Questions of that nature,
about
correct?
the messages between Stephen and I from the night before. And they were asking me if
that's very curious, Cassie, because I find those text messages that McDougal sent you very, very incriminating for him, because he is playing on your emotions. He knows how much you want to see Audrey. So basically, Cassie, McDougal.
Can you imagine how that picture sent to you? Can you imagine? Look at this. Oh my Lord. I didn't even look at that. Can you imagine being the recipient of that picture? Oh my God.
River, where her body was later found. Why was he doing that? And claiming he was going to keep it secret from her dad. What was his game?
Well, when he first approached me, and see, when I say approached me, it was all through Facebook Messenger. I've never had his number or anything like that. But he had said that he was Audrey's babysitter, which was instant red flag. I didn't understand. But he had said that he wasn't going to pick parents' sides, that he was concerned about what Audrey wanted and how she felt, and that he thought it was wrong for her to be kept from me if she wanted to know me. So he played on the fact that I was desperate for anything. I wanted pictures. Anything that had to do with my daughter. And for a minute, I could have believed that. But then I thought more into it and I just knew something was wrong. And I had been speaking to my family about it. I'd been telling my fiance told me from the jump not to associate with him in any way. Do not. But he doesn't understand how I was feeling when I was craving something of my daughter.
Did you have any idea this freak was your daughter's babysitter?
Not until he had messaged me, and I had tried to contact Josh, wondering what the is going on. And I asked my family over and over again if they could try to contact, and they tried to get no answer. I wanted to know why a man that nobody knows is being left with my 11-year-old daughter. I mean, he could have chose anyone else under the sun, and it would have been okay. But when he invited me down to go fishing to see my daughter, well, for one, I knew better. But at this point, knowing what I
I'm
know
gonna
now, I
say
feel like
I'm gonna give her props for that. She knew better and she didn't go.
he did something to Audrey
I don't know if I would be as strong if I wanted to see my
Wednesday
daughter.
before he even messaged me.
She was
And
strong to do
that
that.
if I would have went, he would have gotten rid of me as well, and then it would have been chalked up to I kidnapped my daughter and I
Yep.
ran with her, and
Yep.
people would have forever been looking for two people that don't exist, not looking in a river.
Absolutely.
Question. So you believe this was part of a bigger plan. Why do you believe, Cassie, he needed, in his mind, to kill Audrey?
I don't understand that at all. Actually, I can understand
Like,
the little bit of
why?
hatred that he would have for me, because I would be the only person that could remove her from the home, where he was already residing. I have no idea why he felt the need to. I actually, you know what? And this is,
She can't even
oh
say
my
it.
God, it makes me sick.
She can't even say like that, he killed her. She can't even say those words. She doesn't even want to think that way. Look at that picture. Oh my Lord.
To my stomach to say, but I think that in a pedophile's mind, they see a child and they see their actions as an adult would see another adult. Okay. I feel like maybe he was in love with my daughter and he thought that maybe at one point she
Maybe.
did say that he was her favorite person or something like that. Maybe he was good to her. But
I mean, 11 years old, you give them something. I mean, now it's like skincare or something, but me at 11 years old, you give me a Polly Pocket and a Snickers bar, and I'll say you're my favorite person.
she was looking at him as nothing other than an uncle, the way
Polly
a
Pocket.
child should, if at most.
Cassie,
But what if
do
he was
you
in,
believe
what if
he
he was in
had
love with my daughter?
already?
What if he tried to make an advance on my daughter and he didn't get the reaction that he wanted? He either snapped or he knew that she would tell. That is what I think.
Do you believe
That's
he had
what I think
already
too.
molested her?
Yep. Absolutely. I'm sorry, but yep. Oh, this is sad. Oh, that's just terrible. I didn't watch this before I came on. That's sad. She doesn't want to think that. That's sad.
I don't know. Do you know that I didn't find out that her pants were on the debate until I watched your interview with
Oh God.
Tim Miller.
Yeah.
And you know what,
We watched
Cassie?
that.
I didn't know either.
She didn't
until I
either.
was talking
Remember?
to Tim.
She was talking to Tim, and Tim said there was a garment of clothing found on the shore. And Nancy kind of drilled him because that's what Nancy does. She's a journalist. She wants to get the most out of her questions. And she said, "Well, what were they? Underwear?" And he's like, and she's like, "What, pants? What were they? Pants?" And then he finally admitted it was some pants that they had found on the shore. Now I don't know why your pants would come off unless you were doing something bad.
Tim Miller, and he told me live at that moment. I didn't know that either. and it felt like a knife in my heart. How
I'm
did
really trying to
you?
hold it together. I'm sick.
Sorry,
I'm
Cassie. I
sick
am
to
so
my stomach.
sorry.
I don't understand.
Cassie, how did you learn that they had found Audrey?
Um, a lady from the sheriff's department, and one of the jailers, I believe, was sent to my home to tell me and to sit with me until a family member or some type of support. They weren't supposed to leave me alone, and they didn't. She was really good to me, but I just knew in my stomach when my fiance come to the room because I hadn't gotten out of bed. I was just stuck in my bed when he had come to me and said that there was a lady from the sheriff's department at the door and that they needed to speak
There's
with
no
me.
graphic
I knew.
pictures. I wouldn't do
I
that to you
knew in
guys.
my and
You know what,
honestly,
Cassie? I don't know how people know that, but when I found out that I was supposed to call my fiance's sister, I knew. I knew he was dead. I knew right then. So when you hear there's a sheriff lady at the door, you knew
You absolutely
that
know.
Audrey
I
was
knew
gone.
my stomach dropped.
You know. Believe you me, my dad was killed in a car accident, and you know.
My heart just everything just stopped for a minute, honestly. And I felt like I couldn't breathe when she told me. I
What
didn't
did she say? Did she reveal anything?
know. She looked me in my face, asked me to sit down, and then she said, "This is not news that I want to be giving you right now." And I started bawling, and she was like, "Yeah, you know, baby, you know." And she was right. And honestly, I still don't know how to process any of this. If you want me to be nothing but truthful, I am in search for a therapist at the moment because I have been a manic depressant with extreme anxiety since I was 15 years old. I am so scared
She
that this
needs to be in therapy like right now.
is going to be a depression that I can't get myself out of. I
don't think so, Liz.
I feel numb. I don't feel much of anything else at all. I feel numb. I don't sleep. I just sit there and I watch videos and look at pictures and I read all of these comments on the internet and that's all I can do. All I can do is just put all of my thought into this in general. I can have someone sitting right next to me and they're talking to me and I don't hear a word that they say because I'm just
Cassie, I'm going to hook you up with a therapist. I've got
Oh,
somebody for
Nancy.
you, a lady for you to talk to,
Oh,
and I'll hook
Nancy.
you up with her in just a few moments.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something right now. People that talk about Nancy Grace and saying like she's hardcore, you know, a lot of people talk shit on Nancy. They just do. But she really does care about people and she really cares about children. She really genuinely does. She's very passionate and that's what I like about her. You know, that's very kind. That's very kind because therapy is extremely hard to find. Extremely hard to find. And she
Cassie,
needs
do
it.
you have any idea about McDougal's record? Why was he living in the backyard? Why did he have access to the home?
so I had no idea until I made the Facebook post and people started commenting because as much effort as they put into keeping me away, I figured they would put the same type of effort into knowing the people that were around. If I would have known that I needed to do her father's job because he didn't give a to do it, I would have known. But I knew.
And that's the angry phase coming out. And she's angry. She's angry at him. I would be.
I've got a question for you,
Blame
Cassie.
him. I will say that, you know, Audrey wasn't under her care. Audrey was under her dad's care and only her dad and her grandmother's care. They allowed this dude to live with them. They need to be held accountable. 1,000%. I don't care if her dad was on a fishing boat in the middle of the freaking Atlantic Ocean. You should have accommodations for your child to make sure they're safe.
Said that as soon as you told your fiance he wants to meet me down by the river and he's going to bring Audrey, your fiance immediately said, do not talk to this guy. Stay away from him. Did everybody know this guy was bad news? Why would he say that?
He did not like the fact that he was like persistent on trying to get me alone. He said that he had a bad feeling about him and that there just something wasn't right. And my fiance is an excellent judge of character. He really is.
He was right. Question to you. Did you discover that McDougal was actually going door to door like he was looking for Audrey?
That's the part right there that
Did they ever look?
just infuriates me to the point where I could put my hands around his throat and squeeze and not stop. How do you know damn good and well what you did to my daughter, and then you search for her like you care? You don't care. You killed my daughter, and then you want to search for. It's
When you
it's
found
sick.
out that Audrey was missing and McDougal writes he was taking her to the bus, did you ever text him or call him and say, where's Audrey?
He messaged me actually, and he said, "Hey, have you seen Audrey? She didn't make it home off the bus." And I said, "Where the is my kid, Steven?"
Oh, that's what I'd
Because
say too.
I knew.
He was trying to cover his tracks. I wonder if he was trying in some way to set you up. I can't figure it out. But I guarantee you this, Miss Matthews, I will figure it out.
I bet you he was. I bet you because he's cunning. He's cunning like that. He's been in jail, in and out of prison 7 times. They learn a lot in prison. You know what they learn in prison? How to be a criminal on the outside.
I will figure it out.
Jail's more for
And I want you
rehabilitation,
to
I feel
know,
like.
not only are we praying and thinking about you, we're not letting go of this until this guy gets a Texas death penalty.
Damn, Nancy.
Can I be
I
honest with you
know
about that?
you don't care if he gets the death penalty. Other people do.
I actually don't want him to receive the death penalty only because
She wants him to suffer.
I am not God. It is not my place
Huh?
to, judge when somebody else's life ends. And that to me is an easy way out for him. I have to live with the fact for the rest of my life that I will never see my daughter again, the things that happened to my daughter. And I feel like he should get life without parole, so he has to deal with all of the repercussions every single day for the rest of his life just as well.
Do you think he cares? Do you
Nope.
think McDougal
No, see,
will
that's the
sit in
thing.
jail and feel
No, see,
sorry?
that's the thing.
And let me tell
That's
you
the thing,
something.
Nancy.
He can
I
get
never
right with
expect
God
him.
on his way to
No.
hell.
I never expect him at all.
We need that on a t-shirt. What does she say? He can get right with God going straight to hell or something. I like that. We need that on a t-shirt. Who wants one?
I will never see my daughter again. The things that happened to my daughter. And I feel like he should get life without parole, so
Man.
he has to deal with all of the repercussions every single day for the rest of his life just as well.
Do you think he cares? Do you think McDougal
No, see,
will
that's the
sit in
thing.
jail and feel
No, see,
sorry?
that's the thing.
And let me tell
That's
you
the thing,
something.
Nancy.
He can
I
get
never
right with
expect
God
him.
on his way to
No.
hell.
He can get
I
right with
never
God on his way to
expect
hell.
him
Oh my
at
God.
all to even have any type of remorse because you can see it in his face, the type of monster he is and the things that he did to my daughter. But the other people that he will have around him will damn sure make sure that he does not enjoy a single minute of it.
Miss Matthews, I want you to try. And I know these are just words that don't mean anything. You've got to stay strong because you've got to make sure there is justice for Audrii. You have got to stay strong. Don't fall into that depression and spiral down to where you can't get out. You've got to be her mom now and stay strong and be her voice because nobody else has been her voice. And now it's on you, Cassie. You got to be her voice. And you can do that.
I failed my daughter
Thank
once by being bullied into submission and being made to believe that she was in a good home, but I will not fail my daughter again, Nancy. That's everybody.
That's really sad.
He thinks that I don't care, that I'm just shrugging it off. Oh, she's not crying, she's not this, she's not that. No, I break down in my home where I'm comfortable. My grieving is not everyone's business, but what is everyone's business is the fact that this isn't over and things need to be done concerning my daughter. So if I got to keep a straight face and I got to look heartless for it, well, so be it. But if I'm sitting there breaking down,
who cares what they think?
Done.
Who cares what they think? All that matters now is what God thinks and getting justice. That's all that matters right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Cassie, thank you for being with us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for everything that you've done and how much effort you've put into this. It means a lot to me.
I couldn't imagine being Nancy and hearing that.
Your realism, you're straight to the point. The fact that you're not just trying to be somebody's best friend. You are in the interest of the child, my child. And I appreciate all of the information that I have obtained from you, whether you knew you were giving me the information or not. I just appreciate you in general. Thank you so much.
Guys.
That's so sad. That's so sad. I never really heard her talk, Oh. Ramsey, that sounds like fun. You have a cry cut. I think they're called cry cut. I was going to do that, but I'm not visually well to do that. I want to press but Vincent might just outsource and get them done. But we're very particular on the brand, the material, and all of that. I'm not getting junk. I'm not getting the stuff that you see on your YouTube pages that are like $35 and it's a Gildan sweatshirt. We ain't rolling like that over here. We're rolling nice quality, soft stuff because I can't wear anything that's not soft. Can't touch my skin. But I do have some ideas for some design, so it'll be good. We were talking about the merch in the chat, so let me see if there's anything on. I'll look, for Audrii, and I'll look again for Maddie. See if there's anything posted. I always try to get on Twitter or something. Usually it gets on Twitter before it gets really anywhere else. Nope. There's just pictures of him. He's so gross. Are they doing they're doing the say her name movement over there, it looks like. Oh, I don't right now, but I'll have to give you guys an update on that. Maybe we'll do that case tomorrow. Is it a big update? Because I was going to jump off of here and try to see Vincent a minute before he went to bed. Because I know that they were taking the search. They were stopping the search. Yeah, we'll have to. Maybe we'll do a live over that tomorrow. But he's a kid too. I'm trying to get us away from the kids for a night. But maybe we'll do Sebastian tomorrow because that little boy needs us. He needs help. I heard he's a 15-year-old that disappeared out of his house with autism. I have a video on my homepage that you guys can watch if you'd like. And I have a short video too, but they've been looking for a while and now they're actually scaling it back. Yes. First time the parents have spoken. I have never seen him speak. Yeah. Terry Dean. Maybe we could do a whole live over it tomorrow. We'll do a smaller live because we've been doing these long lives at night. Yeah. Yeah. I can show them. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me see. That didn't come up. These are Ashley's friend that she was talking about earlier in the chat. Let's see if I get the other ones to come up. And then she's very pretty. If you guys wouldn't mind just taking a second, hit the like button. This is cute. Wow. I couldn't do that. I would burn the place down and everyone around me. But I need one of those whenever those stink bugs come. I hate stink bugs. That's a cute picture. I didn't notice that you had sent me all these. I just looked at the first one. And I'll do this one here. I think this one's a really cute one too. That little doggy's eyes looking the other way though. Oh, I'm not even on there. No, yeah, no cotton. We're doing a blend. Yeah, Rumsey. We're doing a blend. Oh, get me back on there. We're doing a blend because I told Vincent no, 100% cotton. People usually, I think, buy that Gildan brand, which I know that there's higher quality, I guess, of Gildan. I don't like it. I don't know. It's just the name reminds me of the Dollar Tree. It just does. I don't know. But there's a brand called Canvas Tees, and I wear them a lot. They're boutique style t-shirts. They sell them actually in boutiques, and I think we're going to use those for the letters and everything. What case? Sebastian Rogers. And they're actually playing music right now, like his favorite. They were playing his like favorite songs to try to get him to come out. I don't know a whole lot about autism. I used to work with a girl. Her little boy was autistic, but I would like to know more about it. So maybe I could do a little research. Channel 4 also did an interview. Okay, well, yeah, we'll look them up. We'll do a live over tomorrow because like I haven't really seen anybody covering it. I kind of saw some people today starting to cover it actually, but I covered it. We covered it on the channel. Terry Dean actually told me about it. And I think it was Saturday or Sunday I released the video. Maybe it was yesterday or Saturday. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, that'd be great. If you guys don't mind taking a second, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you here. We're just trying to, grow. We're trying to grow here. We're doing a giveaway of 15,000 Titans. We're going to do a really good giveaway, big giveaway. Then we're going to do a giveaway once we hit 500 subscribers. And let me get the link for my new channel. Maybe if I have it. I don't think I have it. I think I took it off here. I'll put it in the chat. This is the link for my new channel or my other channel. And it's called Unfiltered. And it's just kind of like a little more of it's going to be a little more of the unfiltered side of YouTube. Or of me, I guess. So if you're like, she has a good personality, but I want to see more. Yeah, just come to this side. That's where it'll all happen. Let me make sure that come up right. Okay, awesome. It come up right. Okay. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you guys. It was another great live. I really, really do appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out, chilling with me. It really makes my night. So thank you guys for being here. I will see you all tomorrow on tomorrow night's live. Bye, guys.